Minecraft 1.18 has been out for about a month now, and as much as I love my current Minecraft world, I definitely feel like an upgrade is long overdue. So, with that in mind, I made a brand new 1.18 world. And this time, instead of playing regular survival like I always do, we're living on the edge and giving hardcore mode a shot. And before any of you guys say anything, don't worry, I'm still working on the mountain project. We're just gonna be working on this as well for the sake of not getting bored, and also me actually having content I can upload fairly regularly. With that said, we have a brand new world and not a lot of time to get situated before the night falls. This may be 1.18, but things started the same way as most Minecraft worlds do, punching down a tree for wood and making a pickaxe. Luckily, there's a cave entrance literally right behind the tree I just chopped down, so it didn't take too much effort to get stone for better tools. There were a few veins of coal right inside the cave as well, so I obviously mined those before moving on. Making my way out of the small cave, I took a few seconds to admire the beauty that is 1.18 terrain before chopping down a few more trees for wood. There were a lot of veins of coal, copper, and even some iron scattered all over the small patch of stone I had spawned next to, so I spent some time running around and mining anything that I saw. At this point, I'd take whatever I could get. I went ahead and set up camp a little bit down the hill for a minute or two just to smelt my iron so that I could make a sword and shield out of them to feel a bit safer. After that, I decided to go for a quick swim in the valley to get some food. Early on, food is a major necessity, especially in hardcore, so I figured I might as well take advantage of the area I'd spawned in and get some fish for food so that I wouldn't have to worry too much about saturation. And as I caught my 16th fish, I looked up to the sky and realized it was getting darker outside. Getting out of the water and looking to the west, I realized that the sun was definitely setting. If I didn't act fast, things could easily get very dangerous very quickly. Heading back towards the area I'd spawned in, I used my last 2 iron to craft shears before running up the hill towards the sheep I'd seen before. Luckily, I managed to get 3 wool from 1 sheep, as well as 3 nearby flowers, and next thing I knew, I was sleeping comfortably in my yellow bed. As soon as I woke up, I crafted a smoker and started cooking my fish so that they'd actually be a good food source for the adventure ahead. I chopped down some trees while waiting for them to cook before setting off to explore the area a little. I'm not entirely sure what I was looking for, but one thing's for sure, I definitely was not expecting to find a village literally right next to where I spawned. But hey, I'm definitely not complaining. And of course, as every other Minecrafter with any common sense would do in this situation, I immediately crafted a hoe and started stealing the poor villagers' hay bales. It's not like they really needed them anyways, or at the very least I need them a lot more than they do. As annoying and ugly as they may be, villagers can actually be pretty useful early game and even late game. So at this point, I made the executive decision to protect this village so that I could use it to my advantage later on. We all know that villagers are absolute idiots that sometimes you swear just want to die. So I knew that if I wanted to have a good amount of villagers to trade with, even after some time's gone by, I'd have to baby-proof the whole village to keep the residents safe for the foreseeable future. The first step to this whole process was to chop down some trees close to the village, partially to get wood and partially just to clear out the area and make it generally safer. Because, as we all know, trees equals not really all that safe. My basic plan for this whole area was to fence in the village and light it up so that no mobs could spawn within the village walls and no mobs could make it inside either. It's a fairly simple process, it's just annoying as hell to deal with this early on in the game, since you don't have any of the proper resources to actually do it. But after roughly 30 minutes of work, the whole village was fenced in, and there were 6 gates scattered around for me to get in and out. Then, of course, I had to kick an idiot villager out of my bed so that I could get some sleep. He, of course, wasn't very happy about it, but it was my bed to begin with, so that's on him. And after another 20 minutes of hard, grueling work, I'd lit up the whole village. Just like that, my villager friends didn't have anything they'd ever have to worry about, all thanks to me and my desire to use them for my own benefit. Such a noble cause, I know. Now, this is where things get a little risky and, dare I say, dangerous. While I was lighting up the village, I found this hole in the ground that leads into a cave. It was pretty intimidating and just screamed danger considering the fact that I had almost nothing, but I decided to go inside anyways. I was in desperate need of resources, and it was early enough in the world that I wouldn't lose too much if I died, so I made the executive decision to give it a shot despite the obvious dangers. I dug around in the hill a little, making a staircase down into the cave, not really sure what to expect. I was almost immediately greeted by a creeper, which was great and really reassuring. I killed it pretty easily though, so it wasn't too big of a deal. After that, I just spent some time lighting the area up to keep more mobs from spawning and mining the occasional ore that I saw. I cautiously ventured deeper and deeper into the cave, and I've just got to take a moment to appreciate the new cave generation. Seriously, this is amazing. I never thought I'd ever see something like this in vanilla Minecraft, but god am I happy that this is just the new norm. Honestly, I'm just gonna let you watch some mining footage to let you enjoy it. There aren't any words necessary at this point. And just as soon as I started getting comfortable with exploring the cave, of course, I had to encounter my first skeleton of the world. I freaked out and ran away because skeletons are terrifying in the early game, but then I remembered that I already had a shield and decided to face the bastard. It went by pretty smoothly. I didn't even take any damage from him outside of the first shot when he caught me off guard. But then, of course, his friend wanted a piece of me too, so we repeated the whole process over again, and this time he did manage to get a couple shots in on me. But I definitely wasn't low health by any means, so it's really not that bad of a situation. I explored around the cave some more, and after finding yet another fucking skeleton, I saw a spawner and knew I had to jump into action as soon as possible before a bunch more skeletons could spawn. I jumped over a ledge, ignoring the waterfall down below, and placed a torch on the spawner. There was already a skeleton that had spawned in the room, but I took care of him pretty easily and managed to make sure there wasn't any chance for any others to spawn. I opened up the dungeon chest, and it actually wasn't half bad. I got 3 CDs and some iron out of it, which I definitely won't complain about. Then I set off building a staircase to the water area down below, and the water pool I built down to led to a much larger area with a lot of potential. I don't even know how to describe it, so I'm just gonna let you look and see with your own eyes. Now, the script for this video is getting a little long at this point, and I don't want to bore you with all the small details of mining since you've basically already got the whole picture. So let me just quickly summarize the rest of my first little mining excursion so that we can get to the outro. The big water pool had a waterfall that led way down to a nice open area. There was plenty of iron and gold down there for me to mine, and I also found 2 veins of diamonds. I had to fight off a small horde of zombies before finding another spawner. I got another CD, 2 saddles, and a golden apple from the chest. Then I just went back up to the surface since my inventory was full. I threw some stuff in my chest, made furnaces, and started smelting shit, and that's it. That's all I did. And with all of that said, we're officially at the end of the video, the end of the episode. I have no clue how long this video is going to be. Hopefully it's not very long. Probably be like 8 minutes, maybe? 8 to 10? I don't know. I don't care too much how long the video is. But Minecraft Hardcore is something that I've always wanted to give a shot, and I've never actually properly done it, because I very much don't like the idea of spending time making something and then losing it because I do something dumb, because I die all the time in Minecraft, and it's always for dumb reasons, so I don't want to lose my entire world for one dumb reason. But now I'm throwing that out the window, and we're playing Hardcore. And hopefully we're not going to lose everything to a dumb reason. And yes, I'm going to be turning this into a series. I don't have any plans of how often to upload these videos, I don't know. Basically just going to be whenever I have them, I'm going to upload them. But it should be fairly consistent because at the time that I am recording this right now, I know that I'm already past day 100 in game. So I've been playing on the world for a while. I have a lot of footage to work with. I already have probably about 6 episodes worth of footage. It's just right now it's just a lot of scripting and editing and all that fun stuff that takes a lot of time that is very boring. So yeah, this is hopefully going to be a fairly consistent series on this channel, and I'm very excited actually. I haven't been this excited to make content in a while. But with all that said, with my ranting done, it is the end of the video, and I hope that all of you have a fucking amazing day, and I'll see you next time.